So the first question that we have is a social media question, and what is the best way to use Twitter in funeral service? And my answer is that first of all, I think it's a great tool. Now, don't always think of everything when we see in social media as like, well, how do we use it for marketing and things like that? Twitter is just a great tool to use because it gives you instant information and direct information. It's uncensored, not from just a profanity perspective, but it's not going through any other filter. So it's not going through some news filter. Maybe that news person has or news station has a slant one way or another. Here you're getting raw information, and then you just have to determine if the person that's sending that tweet is providing the information that you want. So as an example here, on the West Coast, unfortunately, we every once in a while we have earthquakes, and hopefully they're just real small ones. But in the last couple of years, we've there's been a couple of them, and one time was it was 5:30 in the morning. I was working in my home office, and I felt this little kind of tremor, and the first thing that I did was I went to Twitter and I typed in earthquake and then YYJ, which is the code for Victoria. And within like 10 seconds, someone asked a question. Oh, was there just an earthquake in Victoria? And then these started to come like every 10 seconds, it kind of refreshes. And then it says like 5 more tweets, 10 more tweets, 20 more tweets, 50 more tweets. So all these people within a matter of a few minutes are asking these questions. Was there an earthquake? And then, some seismic or geological group said, they confirmed that there was a small earthquake in Washington State, just across the strait from us. So that's just an example of giving you immediate information, and I think it's just a great tool to begin with. But so how do we use it for funeral service? Well, the first thing that I would do is make sure that you can connect with as many local influencers as possible. So even though it may not be huge for us at the moment to be on it, I wrote an article recently about that, and it's still on the homepage of the website of funeralfeatures.com. You can check that out. And in there is a stat that like only 10% of the population in North America uses Twitter, but 70% of them are aware of it, or 74%, because on any TV show that you watch or news show, or even if you're watching NASCAR or other sports events, they're very pro Twitter because people can update and share information at once. So even though if you just look at that one stat of only 10% being on there, that is kind of a little bit, if you just took it by yourself, you may think, well, I wouldn't want to invest my time there. But since so many people are aware of it and hear of it, that it's beneficial. And for the people who are on it, they're super passionate about it. So you want to follow these influencers, like maybe there's business owners, politicians, all the media outlets are obviously on there. And if you just follow them, they're going to probably connect with you back because that's how they want to interact with their community. Then you can set it up so that you can auto-tweet your obits to your Twitter account, and that can be set up. Your web host or web developer should be able to easily set that up. It's just done through what they call RSS, a really simple syndication, and those get auto tweeted to your obit. Your obits get auto tweeted, and then you can then add additional information to that account, so it's not just a stream of obits, or maybe you just want to have just obits themselves. And then, and one thing we'll get into a little bit later is then using and you'll start to hear this term more called curated content, meaning kind of like you start to become the news person, whether it's Anderson Cooper or Oprah or Larry King or someone there who's getting this other information, and where you maybe search or have a dashboard that that comes in and provides you information on seniors guide, seniors living, end of life issues, and those are just helpful articles. And then you can share that content because you've curated it, you've kind of assessed it, maybe put a slight little spin on it, and share that to your community. And not just with Twitter, but that works very well with Facebook and Google Plus as well. So there's other things that you can do. You can use hashtags for that, but really just to get started, I would recommend using getting it automated. So talk to your web company, and so you can push those obituaries. And some people will just subscribe to your Twitter feed for your obits, and they can get they're getting that updated information right into their feed. They don't have to go searching around for it. So it's is it going to win you a ton of new calls? Probably not right away, and it may never, but it's going to really connect you with that community, and that you're providing a service to the people who want to use it, and really with almost zero effort once you get it set up.